Where do you go when your religion crumbles and your whole world turns upside down?
What do you do when your beliefs fail you?
How do you learn to trust God again?
Join us as we pick up the shattered pieces man-made religion left behind by taking up our cross and following Jesus.
Welcome back to the Born Again Baker Show. I am one of your hosts, Audrianna, and this is my co-host, Hannah.
Hi.
All right, today we are coming with some pretty relatable content because we've both been struggle busing all summer. So we're going to share our tips for feeding our families when we are in survival mode and less than survival mode. More than, I don't know.
I think survival mode is a good way to say it.
Yeah, I think so. All right, so we both made lists of meals because obviously when you are a kid, you don't think about the fact that when you're an adult, you're going to have to make dinner every night for everyone.
I hate that question. What's for
The
dinner?
dreaded question. It's the worst question.
My answer is usually food.
That's what I always say.
No, we want this to be relatable because especially you as an influencer for food, I think it's really easy for people to get down on themselves about what they're feeding their family. And the struggle of having to decide one more thing during the day, like a meal, is real. I get decision fatigue over food. I had a friend staying with me for a week and she's like, "Do you cook like this all the time?" No. I cook like this when there's guests over for a week, sure. And I do cook, but some weeks we're just busy, and as long as we're fed and we go to bed with full tummies, it doesn't really matter if it's from scratch or super gourmet every single night.
Yeah. I think Hannah and I both like to eat whole food diets. We like to make most things from scratch. But also, I feel like we both have a pretty good balance at this point where if we're not up for it, we're not up for it, and that's fine. We both have survival things, and we do not meet our own standard most of the time.
No, and this we've talked about it before, where we used to lean in much harder to everything has to be from scratch and perfect diet all the time, and that was harder for my health than just finding an 80-20 balance. I figure it's better if my kids eat something from home, even if it's not perfect ingredients, than running out and grabbing McDonald's. So we really don't eat out almost ever. I mean, real true survival mode is my husband goes and picks up a pizza from Costco because it's a good deal. But that's really rare, honestly. And if they're eating, air fried nuggets or something, it'll probably be at least a better option nugget than going to a quick place.
Yeah. I mean, we've definitely been in more bare minimum survival food. Definitely eating out more than we should. Because, well, my husband's been working 70-hour weeks, and I also have been just, barely making it. So we're not doing, I'm not meeting my standard hardly at all, which, you know what, is fine. We get grace in every other area of our life. We should be able to get grace in this area of our life, right? At least give ourselves grace is really what I mean.
Yeah, see, I think people think I'm judging them when you eat out. I'm not judging you for that. I'm just like, how are you affording that? It is so expensive to go out with that many kids to eat.
No, it really is. My husband has it down. He's like, I should not tell this. I feed myself from food at home because I can't eat most of it anyway, which usually just means cottage cheese on a cracker. Or he goes to Wendy's and he gets 4 biggie bags, which means they get a hamburger and chicken nuggets and french fries each. And then he eats the kids' leftovers, whatever they don't eat. And that is how you feed a family of 7 without, it's still expensive. Don't get me wrong. But don't do that, guys. It's not good for you.
No, we discovered there's this place called Brahms. It's only in Oklahoma and very surrounding areas. Okay. And you can get a bag of cheeseburgers, or even just you can get plain hamburgers are cheaper. It's $7 for 5 of them, and they're a decent size. I know. And now that we've discovered this, we can very occasionally go out and get a bag of burgers, once a month or something. And the kids think it's the greatest thing ever, and they share 2 large fries and 2 bags of burgers.
That's truly a great deal, though.
It's truly a great deal. We can feed our family for like under $30 if we want to.
Yeah, that's awesome. Jealous. Okay.
Don't read the ingredients.
No, never. When you're in survival mode, the ingredient list doesn't exist.
Nope.
Yeah, okay. So there's a few things that I always keep on hand for the most part that make survival meals so much easier. So we still buy tortillas.
This is the one thing we both still buy.
You know what? Making tortillas is just kind of a nightmare.
And we have husbands who think that if there's no tortillas in the house, there's nothing to eat. We both
there's
husbands
no
that way, which is
easy
so
meals.
funny to me.
It's so funny. My husband loves a burrito. I mean, late night snack, burrito.
Yep.
Morning, burrito. Lunch,
Pretty
burrito.
much all leftovers taste good with a burrito.
It's true. It's true. And so, yeah, so we both always have tortillas. And a lot of my survival meals include tortillas because it's easy. Eventually, I would like to really figure out how to make a good tortilla that like stays, like a good tortilla
Fresh
from
milled, yeah.
scratch, fresh milled. But it's tricky. So yeah, we definitely still buy our tortillas.
I mean, I can make good flour tortillas, but I'm not rolling out. But my kids would eat them faster than I could roll them out. It would take me forever. And presses don't work, right? Like,
Yep, right there with you. I like to keep canned beans around for survival meals, also for chili, because generally that's like a quick throw it together, and usually I haven't thought about it. So, canned beans, even though I have lots of dried beans that I should be soaking, it's fine.
we're calling that one like quick dinners or Martha Stewart dinners because dried beans you have to think about in advance, and it's way more effort.
It's true. Actually, have you done them in an Instant Pot?
Yes.
Because that is actually way easier.
It is. It's
way
way
faster.
easier. There's something about having it on the stove, though, that makes me feel so accomplished. When it's simmering, like in the background all day, I feel like I just have my life together.
Throw an apron on and you have made it.
I recently bought refried beans in a can. I haven't done that in a long time because Costco has really good ones. And we bought them, and I went, they like come out of the can, and my kids were like, "What is that?" Like, this is dinner.
Most of my kids don't like refried beans, so we don't do that often, but my kids love black beans. One of my kids will literally eat a pint of black beans. Just
That's
non-kid.
amazing. See, I like canned refried beans, the ones from Costco, the organic ones. They have good ingredients, and then you have to put it in a pot, and you need like a stick of butter per can to heat it up with.
Yes.
And then it's
True.
so good.
And like some garlic powder and
Yeah.
salt, pepper, onion.
Yeah, you throw that in there with a little bit of cheddar cheese. We always pre-shred, maybe once a month, maybe once every 2 months. We shred a ton of cheese.
Like how much cheese?
Oh, a lot. We'll buy at least 6 pounds at a time.
Okay.
Maybe more. Actually, maybe more than that.
Because I'm like, we go through a block a week, probably.
Yeah, we buy like either the huge ones at Costco, like a couple of those, and shred those, or we go to Aldi and get I like the little ones from Aldi because it's the same price per ounce as Costco, but I don't have to chop them to fit into my food processor. So it's way better. So I like to buy the little
smart
ones.
way. I have a food processor. Why do I not use it?
Yeah, why are you not using it? I do it like
I literally hand grate my cheese.
I would never. No, that takes forever.
Yeah, it does.
No, you got to get the little insert thing for your food processor,
I think
and it
I
shreds it
even have
for
it.
you. Yeah. And then I put them into different Ziploc bags, and we stick them in the freezer, and we pull one out at a time. Different kinds of cheeses, whatever we need. We do mozzarella, cheddar, Parmesan. Oh, smoked Gouda from Sam's Club is a new personal favorite in scrambled eggs. Oh my gosh, it's so good.
I miss eggs.
But that's part of survival dinners is that we always have cheese to pull from.
Cheese is key to survival dinners. I know it gets expensive, but it's also that thing that makes it enjoyable.
Yeah, and a little goes a long way. You're not using that much.
That's true. Yeah.
We never bought cheese when we were first married. That was like considered a luxury. And now we have like a lot of cheese in our freezer.
We go through a lot of cheese at my house. Okay, let's see. We always have tortilla chips or like corn chips. That's very important in our house because we do a lot of salsa and nachos
Yeah,
is a
okay. So
big
for
lunch.
survival dinner, guys, you just put chips on a pan, a sheet pan, and then you just cover it with a little bit of shredded cheese. You don't need that much, and then you broil it for a minute, and then you're throwing on whatever toppings you have. It's such a quick dinner, and my kids love it.
No, it really is. That's actually what we had growing up after church every week is we would have sheet pan nachos.
It's
And the
genius.
best was if they sprung for Doritos on it mixed in. We obviously don't eat those anymore, but it was delicious.
Yeah, it sounds really good.
Okay, so we always have canned goods. We always have tortillas. We always have chips. Salsa can make a lot of things stretch and be yummy. Obviously, we both try to maintain a stocked freezer full of like meat and stuff.
And we realize that those are blessings. We realize that that's not even possible for some people.
Absolutely.
But it really just started with I'm going to buy one extra while it's on sale and stock it, and it slowly became like built up. So it doesn't
We
have to
actually
be
had a
anything
freezer go
crazy.
bad. We had a freezer go bad. So our freezer is very bare minimum now, and we need to go stock up. So we've been like really stretching it.
No, same actually, because our freezer broke, a month ago? Our main freezer in the house. And so we had to shove everything into our extra freezer in the garage. I had to lock it because I was afraid it would open it on itself in the middle of the night. But now it's like almost empty out there because I realized we have way too much freezer food. So we will go through like a month or two at a time of just, we're not buying any meat, we're only pulling from what we have in the freezer.
Yeah. Um, let's see. I mean, honestly, for survival stuff, we tend to not eat a ton of veggies because usually that means, okay, so like just laying it all out there. I can't go grocery shopping physically because it's too hot and my skin flips out if I get hot. And since my husband has been so busy, he has not been doing that. And so veggies, we just kind of forget about them and that's fine.
Frozen veggies from Costco in the air fryer are perfectly
Yeah.
fine too.
Yes, true. Let's see. I mean, potatoes, having around potatoes, that can stretch a meal very far. All right, so let's talk about like actual specific things that we make. And we're talking survival mode right now,
Okay.
which is mostly what my family has been eating for the last 3 or 4 months. Quesadillas, tortilla pizza, Dutch baby, or what do they call it? A German pancake. It's the same thing. It's basically eggs and flour and milk. Okay, oatmeal. Oatmeal is one of my favorite ones because my kids can all make it themselves. Eggs and toast, rice bowls. So like I'll take whatever leftover meat I have and then we just fry it up with rice and season it however you like. And it's delicious. It doesn't have to be nasty. Survival food doesn't have to be gross. It can be so good. It's
I
just
just had that at your
easy.
house and it was actually really good. Well, you pulled out like different sauces and I was like, this is actually really smart. Everyone gets to make their own bowl, but it was really good.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's so easy too, and it's really easy to throw together. And it uses up your leftovers.
Yeah, rice
So
is a
when I
really, really good way to stretch a meal.
whenever I make rice, I make extra so that we have it left over in the fridge because to fry your rice, it's always easier to do it with cold leftover rice.
Yep.
Pancakes. We like to make a lot of pancakes at once and then we freeze them so that the kids can grab them for like breakfast and they'll just throw it in the toaster. Frozen pizza. Just the nasty grocery store frozen pizza.
You know
is
what? Sometimes that slaps. It's delicious.
it's a hit around here. Nachos on a sheet pan. I mean, I grew up doing it in the microwave too, where I would just put my tortilla chips on a plate and I would sprinkle my cheese and then I'd maybe throw on some bacon bits or something because that's what we always had into the microwave. Delicious. And then like chicken and veggies. So I just defrost the chicken, throw it on a sheet pan seasoned, put on some veggies, roast it. Easy, one pan. And I mean that's my basic survival mode meals.
Yeah. And you can
What
do so
about
many
you?
variations with those things.
Yeah.
Staples go a long way. Okay,
They
my
do.
list of survival dinners, some of them are the same, some of them are not. So I have boxed mac and cheese. Usually it's Annie's. I know Annie's is like under fire right now or something. But
Oh,
if it's the blue box, as my 6-year-old calls it, she actually requested that for her birthday. I want the blue box mac and cheese. It's a big deal around here. So sometimes it's a box mac and cheese because my kids can make it. Or ramen. My kids love bulldog ramen. one of my favorite late night snacks, actually. Any quesadilla, burrito, or nacho, like with whatever beans or extra meat you have, and cheese and sour cream. Sandwiches, if we have bread, I tend to make a double batch of fresh milled bread. I just make them into rolls, and then I freeze them into a dozen rolls in each bag, and I just pull one out. I try to have several bags in the freezer. So for survival mode, I usually have bread. Air fried nuggets. And to be fair, I'm talking about the ones that are fried in tallow and don't have any seed oils in them. Usually, if they're on sale at Sam's Club. When they go on sale at Sam's Club, I have no shame. I will buy like 12 bags. And
That's amazing. I definitely use the garbage chicken nuggets.
I have been known to buy the Dino Nuggets. My kids would prefer if I did. However, I will say that since I started buying the tallow nuggets because they went on like a sale, my kids can eat only like 3 of them because they're so filling. As where I make a Dino Nuggets and they want like 12 a piece. And so we go through a bag faster. I actually don't think it's cheaper because they stretch so much further. I can give my kids 3 to 4 nuggets depending on how hungry they are. And if I eat like 3, I'm full.
Wow.
Yeah. And I will, to be fair, pair it with my new obsession is the Kirkland frozen French fries. Don't read the ingredients. They're the best frozen French fries I've ever had. They're so good.
We always keep frozen French fries.
Yeah, but it's hard to beat. So like nuggets and fries, my kids love it. I'll make a quick Chick-fil-A sauce, which is just mayonnaise, barbecue sauce, mustard, and honey. And that they love it. Another survival dinner for me, I always have stuff to make pasta in the Instant Pot because I can have it ready in under an hour. It's super quick. You just throw all the ingredients together. You can make tons of different pastas in your Instant Pot. So I wrote down, I do like a bow tie pasta with sausage, breakfast sausage, hamburger helper. You can do a taco pasta. You can even make macaroni and cheese in the Instant Pot. That one's so easy. You can even make boxed mac and cheese in the Instant Pot if you're in a pinch. I've done that too.
I didn't know.
We will also just air fry burger patties. You know, like the big bag of burger patties from Costco. I stick them in the air fryer on 450 for like 7 minutes on each side and season them up. It's so good. You can add like a slice of cheese. You can put like honey on the top or like maple syrup. And then if you have bread, that goes great. I've also been known to make waffles, and not breakfast waffles, but you can make like savory waffles and turn those into sandwiches if I don't have bread. And then I have breakfast for dinner because that's always quick. You can make eggs, you can make German pancake, whatever.
Yeah. For me, survival mode generally means we don't have bread because I haven't baked it. So that's why almost none of mine require bread. And then simple and quick will actually include bread because that's when I'm filling up for it.
It's true. I can't make all of those if I don't have bread, but I typically have a bag of bread somewhere in a freezer.
Yeah. I need to be better about making enough to put in the freezer. My kids just eat it so fast that it never makes it to the freezer.
They do. My kids go through phases. I hadn't made it, and this is the longest I think I've ever gone without making bread, and I made it yesterday, and that's all they wanted for dinner. They didn't want the dinner because it was spicy. It was delicious. And they just wanted bread. They're like, this is the best bread you've ever made. I'm like, really? Because the last bag you guys let rot because no one wanted it.
It's so realistic. It's exactly true. That's what my kids ate for lunch today because I have not made bread for weeks, and I made it yesterday. All of it is gone. They ate the entire loaf. Just bread. Not even butter for most of them.
Oh, wow.
Some of my kids refuse to have like any moisture on their food. My 3-year-old particularly, he's, I hate sauce, I hate butter. If it's in his food and he's not aware that it's there, he'll eat it and he won't say anything. But if he's aware, no, he hates it.
Oh, that's fine.
So.
I have to limit my kids. I'm like, that's enough butter or that's enough jam. Do you want some bread with your jam? You're literally just eating like a pile of it.
Yeah. You're like, do you want a cavity? Yeah. Okay. So simple and quick is like a step up from survival meals. It's just like you're really busy or you're tired, but you have all the things maybe, or, you know, you have your staples.
Yeah. I would say it takes like under an hour to be like from start to we're eating.
Yeah. So for me, grilled chicken and rice is an easy one. Usually veggies too. I will stuff the quesadillas instead of just doing cheese quesadillas. They get some meat thrown in there.
My
I
kids
usually throw
love
in
cheese
beans.
quesadillas.
I usually throw in beans, or I try to, because those are canned. But some of my kids don't like it, so most of them are cheese. I try to keep cooked chicken in the fridge at all times, and then I'll just be able to throw that into anything. Sub sandwiches are really easy and delicious. My kids love a sub sandwich. Waffles. Waffles are time consuming. I only have one waffle maker and a lot of kids, so it's like I cannot make them fast enough
I have a
for
double.
my kids to eat them. Oh, I need to get one of the really big ones. I have enough kids that would make sense. We got like 6 waffle makers at our wedding, and I kept giving them away as like gifts, yeah, like the unopened ones, and I should have kept them.
That's funny. I don't think we got one, but I got one for Christmas like a year or two later, and I got the one that like flips because it has 2 sides.
Oh, okay.
We use it all the time. It's been going on, I don't know, at least 10 years, and it's still going.
Wow. I mean, yeah, I guess I've had mine for 10 years. We don't use it that often. Anyway, flatbread pizza, because it doesn't take quite the amount of time as like regular pizza. You don't have to let it rise and everything. And we just put the oven on really hot and throw it in the oven. Chicken fried rice. We love a fried rice around my house. Instant pot meals for me would be simple and quick. Not necessarily survival, because if I'm barely surviving, I don't have the energy to put it in an Instant Pot. I don't know. It's like the like I have to like do the thinking to make that happen. And I know other people will relate to that, because
I think chronic illness survival mode is different than like, I'm just really busy or tired.
Yeah, true. It's true. Sheet pan meals. Usually, if I'm not in like bare minimum survival mode, that's when I get the potatoes and the vegetables and the meat, not just like whatever I can grab really easy. And then hamburgers, because that means we have bread. Usually my husband will be the one cooking those, though, which is my favorite day, is when my husband does most of the cooking. Okay, what are yours?
Okay, quick dinners. My favorite one is teriyaki bowls. I'll make a quick teriyaki sauce on the stove while I grab either meatballs or sausage from whatever, Sam's or Costco, whatever's on sale. They'll have like a pineapple flavored meatball or sausage, and so I'll put those in the oven to bake, and then with some like frozen veggies, or I'll just like saute the frozen veggies, and then put some rice in the Instant Pot. Super quick, and then you just slather it in teriyaki sauce. It's delicious. I made this yesterday, jambalaya. So I'll grab whatever sausage again is on sale. It was smoked sausages with like jalapenos and bacon and whatever else in them from Sam's Club.
Yum.
And I sauteed those with onions, and then I get some rice going in the Instant Pot. I usually like to make my rice in either homemade bone broth if I have it, which I try to keep, and if I don't, then just like a chicken stock. It makes it taste so much better. If it's bone broth and my kids don't like whatever meat I made, they are at least getting some kind of nutrition in the rice.
I need to do that. I always forget that I can do that.
It's so easy, and it makes it taste so much better. So yeah, jambalaya is a big one around our house. And then I'll just season up the rice with tomato paste and whatever seasonings I want. And then I even fried up some potatoes yesterday with it, like crispy potatoes. It was really good. I'll air fry a steak. Although, have you seen the price of steak lately? That's not happening.
Yeah,
We used to be able to get ribeyes for pretty cheap. We would go to like a restaurant supply store and buy like a big roast for really cheap. I mean, cheap for ribeye. And then divide it into different sections and make our own steaks, and then freeze them, and we would just pull out a bag of like 2 ribeyes at a time. But you can air fry those, and they're almost as good as when we Traeger them, like on our smoker.
Yeah.
We will smoke chicken thighs. Those are really easy. We make those for dinner for people all the time at our house, but it's so low effort, mostly because my husband usually does it, but I can do it, and it's not that hard. You literally just season the thighs, stick them in the smoker for like an hour, and then you cover them in barbecue sauce. And then I like those to put on everything. That's why I make them, kind of like you. I like to have them in the fridge for other things. Smoked chicken thighs in bulldog at 10:30 at night when the kids are in bed it's really good.
I need to try bulldog ramen. I don't know why I haven't ever had
If
it.
you don't like spice, you won't like it. But they have different
No, I
kinds of
like
bulldog.
spicy.
So like it's kind of our thing that we just like go get a new flavor every time to try it.
That's awesome.
It's delicious. Um, pizzas, homemade pizzas are not hard. You can make the dough a couple hours before you're gonna make your pizza, and then the sauce takes just a minute to get some tomato sauce and seasonings and whatever.
Yeah.
And we always keep pepperoni in our fridge because that's our dog's favorite treat. And anything in the crock pot. Now, I say these are quick dinners, but they're only quick if you remember that you have a crock pot at 10 o'clock in the morning. So I have lots of crock pot dinners that I have, but do I make them very often? No. Like you can make stroganoff. I make like a really good chicken and rice. White chicken chili. That's a really good one in the winter.
That's a favorite.
Pork carnitas are really good. And barbecue pulled pork. That one's so easy. It's just a pork butt with barbecue sauce.
Oh, that is easy.
It's really easy and it's really delicious. I usually do this for lunch instead of dinner, but you can make pizza rolls or like pinwheels, and you can do ham and cheese, you can do like pepperoni, whatever. Those are so quick because the dough only takes a few minutes. You don't have to let it rise. Sheet pan dinners, like you said, so easy and so many combinations. Now, instead of the air fryer, we will smoke our burger patties or our hot dogs. I like those, they're called Teton sausages. You can get them at Costco. They're super clean, but they are crazy expensive. So they go on sale, not that often. And when they do, I'll grab like 3 or 4 packs just so I have them for the summer. So that when we want to have a barbecue, we have hot dogs that are good ingredients. Homemade mac and cheese, because it's not hard to make, but it takes more time than a box, and it's better than the Instant Pot. Sloppy Joes, that's a pretty quick dinner, depending on what you're putting it in. And chicken Alfredo, another quick one, especially if you have like rotisserie chicken from Costco.
Yes.
That's my list.
Alrighty. Great options. A lot of hers are my full effort meals.
Different seasons. I don't have babies either.
That's true. You're right. Yeah, okay. So, let's talk about like some hacks before we see if I can talk. My brain is very, very quickly turning to mush over here. All right, let's see. So before we jump into our Martha Stewart meals, what are our hacks for just making things more simple? Specifically, like I will have my husband grill up like an entire 6-pack of chicken from Costco. So he just marinates it all the same and he smokes it for me at the beginning of the week. And then I use that for a lot of our meals, especially lunch. Or like even having canned chicken around is a good hack because you have that quick protein. Or I mean, you could do tuna if your family's into tuna. My family is not, but canned chicken is just as good. Maybe not as delicious, but it works, right?
Yeah, it works in a pinch.
Yeah.
Although I like have an aversion to canned chicken, I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, that's fair.
We went to Olive Garden, which I haven't been to Olive Garden in like 15 years. We went because we found a random gift card that we didn't know we had. And I'm pretty sure it was canned chicken in the soup that they gave me. And I was like, this was expensive and I expect more than canned chicken here.
Fair.
If it wasn't canned, it tasted canned. So.
No, that's not good though.
No, it was not good. I can't recommend Olive Garden. I had a gift card and I was still annoyed.
Yeah, that's fair. The last time we went, one of my kids pulled the fire alarm.
We were talking about that on the way in. My kids were like, do you think they'll ever eat there again? I was like, probably not.
We can't even mention it. She gets so mad. She was so embarrassed. She didn't know what it was. Another thing that we've both tried to do, and you're probably better at it than I am, but because I just always forget, is at the beginning of the week, deciding kind of loosely what meals we're going to eat and pull out the frozen meat so that it has time to defrost so that you don't have to think about defrosting it the day of. It's a really great hack if you remember to do it.
In theory, yeah. I think I was actually better at meal planning when my kids were little and I had less to think about than I am now. We're just busy. We're never home. And when we are home, I'm so busy doing like projects or homeschooling or whatever.
Yeah.
So I agree. If you can remember to just keep meat, some kind of meat at all times thawing at the bottom of the fridge. That's always my goal.
Yeah. I think I'm going to try to just like buy, I don't know, 2 or 3 packs of chicken every week. And then one of them will just stay in the fridge because we'll end up using it. And the others will go in the freezer to build up the stock. So this is my goal, but we'll see what actually happens. Having a set bread day, one day that's dedicated, like your number one priority is making bread. That's a game changer, actually. Or when you buy vegetables, you just cut it all right away, so you don't have to prep it for dinners. You can have your carrots and your broccoli all chopped up and ready to be cooked, rather than having to do that day of. I also like to
I should probably like count how many vegetables I've thrown away and how much money I've wasted because it rots in the back of my fridge.
don't do that math, Hannah. You don't want to.
But it might motivate me to actually prepare myself.
It would motivate you. It would make me never want to do anything ever again.
You know what? We tend to stick to frozen veggies just for that reason.
I need to buy more frozen veggies. That would make my life easier, actually. I should do that.
The stir fry from Costco. I apparently only shop at Costco and Sam's Club according to this podcast. But you can get some good deals, or even just like a little bag from Walmart if you don't want to commit to a huge one. They're like $1, or at least they were. I haven't checked in a while, but it's not that expensive. And yes, you can even microwave them if you don't think about the plastic in the microwave.
That's probably why I just don't buy them, is because I was raised on just steamed veggies. Steamed frozen veggies. It's just not good. You have to roast your veggies, guys.
It's true.
Shred your cheese ahead of time, unless you're like me and don't, and make your life harder than it needs to be.
Buy an insane amount of cheese. People are always like, what are you doing with all that cheese when we're at the store? I'm like, we're just shredding it for future. You know it's bad if the checkout person is like, why do you need all this cheese?
I like it. Oh, so nosy. It's cheese.
Just genuinely curious, like, you're buying a lot of cheese. I'm like, yeah, well, we just like to keep a giant stock in our freezer. I hate cheese shredding day, but you know who loves cheese shredding day is my dog. The minute I pull it out and she starts like hearing the food processor, she is the best little catcher of the cheese on the floor. It's her favorite day of the month.
I have 2 toddlers that do that.
Yeah.
One of them will even bend down and eat it off the floor with his mouth because that's how he is. Everything. He doesn't use his hands. He bends down and uses his mouth. Ugh.
You don't need a dog. He cleans the floor for you.
It's true. I wish he did a better job.
I don't. It's probably good he doesn't.
No, it's definitely better that he doesn't. Okay. All right. So do you have any other hacks like that? Anything else?
I really think it's just like shopping what you have and making sure that you have a back stock if you can. And if you can't do a back stock, then just buying the staples so that you can make lots of different things. I always keep canned tomato sauce, canned diced tomatoes, some kind of bean, whether dry or canned, depending on price or mood or whatever, things like that. And then, you know, always having a stock of either wheat berries or even just white flour so that you can make quick things. I buy a giant bag of rice at a time. I think the goal is really just to have staples and then have the staples ready and easy to use.
Yes, and knowing how to use them.
Yes.
Because I think sometimes, I mean, when I got married, I had no idea how to cook with the staples.
No.
So, I mean, YouTube is a very helpful resource.
I think really like not complicating your meals is kind of the goal. And maybe it's because I've been cooking a lot longer. Because, yeah, it used to feel more overwhelming. And I know what we like. And now I can look in a pantry. I didn't used to be able to do this, obviously. But now I can look in a pantry in my freezer and make a meal out of nothing. I'm just making it up as I go. And it's delicious. Like the Cajun jambalaya I made yesterday. It was delicious. And I just like loosely followed things. So I think the goal is to get good enough at cooking that you can do that. But also like knowing what you like and what you eat and keeping it really simple. You don't need to try a new recipe. Trying new recipes is so expensive. When you have to buy like random ingredients that you don't usually do or extra seasonings are so expensive. So I just keep a stock of like the basics so that I don't need to do that. Because I remember when we were first married and I would be trying a new recipe and I'm like, oh, but then I have to buy a new seasoning and it's like $7. And so it really adds up fast. Or if you're buying an extra, specialty cheese or whatever, and your dinner ends up costing you $40. So I think staples are key, and they're staples because you can make so many things with them.
Yeah. And you know what? Like, most of the time when you're trying new recipes, they don't turn out that great anyway.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at the beginning, yeah, you do have to try some things so that you can figure out what you like, but you also don't have to follow the recipes to a T. If a recipe is calling for, I don't know, ricotta cheese and you have cottage cheese, well, guess what? You can swap them in and out. Like, it doesn't have to be, hard and fast, and you can make room for whatever you have. Really, the only seasonings that you, like, need to have would be garlic, onion, paprika, maybe cumin.
I mean,
salt,
really,
pepper,
you could
obviously.
argue like salt and pepper, and you could make it work.
Yeah, it's true. So yeah, you don't have to have a fully stocked, like, your house doesn't have to be a grocery store.
No.
You can make every meal simplified and it'll still be delicious.
And if you aren't sure of a recipe and you want to try something, the best option is to Google, not Pinterest. I've learned this the hard way. Google best and then type in what you're trying to cook. Best cookie recipe, whatever type of cookie, whatever it is. And the top ones pop up and there are reviews. And so rather than like digging for that obscure recipe from that random blog, a way to save yourself a lot of heartache, maybe it won't be the world's best to you, but it will at least have been tried and true and tested, so you're not wasting ingredients. That'd be my recommendation. Don't Pinterest recipes, because you never know what kind of blog is coming up. I would Google it.
True. Pinterest has done me wrong so many times.
Yes.
Just because somebody has a pretty picture doesn't make it a good recipe. And a lot of people these days are just using AI to make recipes, and they're not good. So, tried and true, for sure. Okay, now, Martha Stewart meals, Hannah. Hannah's are going to be a lot more intense than mine, I can almost guarantee it.
I don't know. I used to do this more than I do now. I think it was a hobby when my kids were babies and I had nowhere to go and nothing to do. Now I look at these and I'm just like, ugh, that sounds like a lot of work.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
So these are usually my when I feel good Sunday meals.
Yeah.
Because.
Or like guests, whatever.
Yeah. So, okay. My number one that makes me feel like I am an absolute master of the kitchen is completely from scratch lasagna. That means I am making my pasta by hand. I'm making the sauce from scratch, doing the whole shebang. And it is incredible. I don't even like lasagna. It is so good. But also, that's like an entire day worth of cooking. So.
That's like my birthday dinner. I literally made myself white chicken lasagna. It was so good. But like a red and white lasagna from scratch. And okay, if you're going to do from scratch pasta, lasagna is the way to go. It's the easiest one.
Oh, for sure. My next one would be like vodka pasta. Now, pasta, I can only have fresh milled flour for my health. So if I'm making pasta, it's from scratch. So I'm making the pasta itself. Bow tie pasta is actually so fun to make, but it's very time consuming. So you have to like cut it out and then you have to pinch it. It's so fun and cute, but also that's a lot of work. If you're gonna do that though, you can dry the pasta and then it will save, but you have to make sure that you dry it all the way, because I've definitely had bags of pasta go moldy because I thought they were dry all the way and they weren't. So be careful with that. Okay, so let's see. Real pizza is one of my full effort meals because that means that I'm making the dough like the day before, and then we're doing like the whole process and it's going in the pizza oven. It's obviously not like hard, it's just time consuming. And usually that means I'm making the sauce from scratch. This is like the ideal meal. Everything is from scratch. Pulled pork sandwiches, delicious buns. My husband will smoke the meat. Incredible. Chili with, home-soaked beans. White bean chicken chili, which is easy, but it also, I like to do it with like fresh chicken and all the stuff. Potato hash is a breakfast that is quite intense to make because you have to do it's not that intense. But if you break it up and then you have a bunch of toddlers at your feet, it feels quite intense.
It is kind of a lot of work.
So I'll like chop up the potatoes. I like to actually cook them the day before. So like do a couple baked potatoes, and then they sit in the fridge, and then I chop them up because then the starches crisp up when you're cooking it. So then we do like ham or breakfast sausage, and it all gets cooked out on the Blackstone and gets all crispy. It's delicious. Can be quick and easy, can also not be quick and easy. If I want it to be actually incredible. My husband likes to make it into a burrito, of course.
It always tastes better wrapped in a burrito. I don't know why.
I don't know why either. I mean, steak and mashed potatoes, you can never really go wrong with that. We would marinate the steaks the night before, and then obviously your mashed potatoes must have heavy cream and sour cream and all the delicious butter, all the yummy things. I mean, a whole roasted chicken, nothing makes you feel like a baller in the kitchen like roasting a whole chicken.
It's true.
Grilled chicken sandwiches, it's obviously like not actually that intense, but when you are making all of the components from scratch, it does add up and it gets time consuming. Homemade chicken nuggets, very time consuming.
That's a labor of love right there.
Delicious. My husband spent a whole day making a ton of them, and it lasted us a very long time actually, and they were so good. Bread bowls with your soup, that's not actually like that hard, but it does feel really fancy.
It's true.
Homemade mac and cheese, again, that means I'm making the pasta. Roasted drumsticks with roasted vegetables, delicious. My husband hates chicken thighs. I wish he would eat them because they're my favorite.
Oh, they're
He
so
does
good.
not
Drumsticks are annoying to eat.
They are, but it's like the closest I can get to a chicken thigh. I mean, what else? Oh, stromboli. Stromboli is actually a pretty simple one unless you're making all of the things, like all the different components. So stromboli, you can do any filling that you want. My favorite would be barbecue chicken. So you do like red onions and you have your chicken and you just like dice it up, or you can shred it. You do your barbecue sauce and your cheese. Stromboli is kind of like a calzone, so it's like a closed-faced pizza, except that you roll it twice. So there's 3 different layers. Delicious, incredible. My kids love it. Also, pesto chicken. You can do pizza. Sometimes we do that for lunch. If my bread dough is ready in time, I'll just make stromboli for lunch, and it's usually just ham and cheese. All right, that's most of mine. What
I
about
feel like
you?
we're pretty similar. Homemade noodles I put on there because that could be any pasta. If it's homemade, it took longer. My son's favorite, his birthday is next week, and this is what he's having for birthday dinner is butter chicken with like garlic naan bread, which
Ooh, yum.
everything gets made from scratch, the sauces, whatever, but it takes a long time usually because I make it in bulk. And then you have it with like basmati rice. It's actually incredible.
So
Potato soup. Potato soup it takes way longer than it sounds like it should, but it's so good because you have to make the bacon and then you have to dice up all the potatoes and whatever. It takes a long time for whatever reason, but my kids love potato soup. Enchiladas. Now, this could be a quick dinner depending on how you make them, but I am kind of an enchilada snob, and so I tend to like make it all from scratch. And if you're making like salsa verde from scratch, roasting it and all that, it is really time consuming. So enchiladas though, so good. Chicken pot pie. I love a homemade chicken pot pie.
I've never made chicken pot pie. I should.
You should. Yeah, you just have to give a really good pie crust and then whatever veggies you want in there. It's actually not that hard. It's the having to make the pie crust. For whatever reason, I don't like making pie crust. Chicken noodle soup, one of my favorites, especially if you have homemade bone broth in it. So good for the soul. Shepherd's pie, that one's not as hard, but you have to make mashed potatoes. So that's usually one that you make with leftover mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
Although we don't usually have leftover mashed potatoes. It's one of my kids' favorite things in the world. So if you do happen to have leftovers, shepherd's pie is really cheap too to make if you want to make it.
You can also do that with potato pearls.
Yeah, I'm good. Chicken shawarma with like homemade tzatziki sauce. I probably said that wrong. And like a homemade flatbread. My family loves chicken shawarma. So you have to marinate the chicken and then you smoke it and then you have to chop it all up and then you gotta make the sauce, and then you gotta make the flatbread, and then you make it into like a little, like almost like a taco, and then you add, tomatoes and onions, whatever you want. That's one of my favorites.
It sounds delicious.
It is. It's really good. That is my husband's favorite. He will eat that for every meal until it's gone in the fridge.
Because any food wrapped in bread, yum.
Yeah, well, even just chicken.
truly.
I could literally just eat the chicken cold out of the bowl. It is that good.
Oh, wow.
It just has like a lot of fragrant spices in it. There's something about like, Mediterranean, Middle Eastern, that area, and India. They just have the best spices.
That's true.
Fried rice. And the only reason I put that in the Martha Stewart category, I don't make it, my husband does, is because you have to have cold rice ahead of time. And we like to smoke pork belly for it. So it's like making your own bacon, but it's thick, so you can chop it up much thicker. And smoked pork belly in fried rice it's an experience.
Yum.
We make it on the Blackstone. It is so
Yeah.
good. My dad has been known to take it home on an airplane in a baggie. It's his favorite. Anything
incredible.
homemade Chinese food. Chinese food is quick to make, but long to prep. And so if you have to do a ton of chopping and like prep ahead of time, and then frying it up is not that hard, but it takes a long time and it makes a lot of mess. I feel like I dirty a lot of dishes, and then my stove top is dirty. So homemade Chinese food, I consider it to be like a fancy dinner.
That's fair.
And like a French dip sandwich. Those are really good. They're only in my fancy category because you have to remember to make bread. But it's really good with like an au jus sauce. Oh.
Yeah.
White wine chicken stew. I found this recipe from Ambitious Kitchen, and it's one of my favorite soups of all time. I don't really like soup. I like stew. Like, I like it thick. I don't love like a brothy soup. And so if you are into more of like a stew where it's like a thicker kind of soup, then the white wine chicken stew from Ambitious Kitchen it's one of my personal favorites.
Sounds delicious.
But
Do you
those
have to
are,
buy wine for that?
You what?
I said, do you have to buy wine for that?
I do. I keep white wine in my fridge just for that. I'm sure I get looks from people, but I don't care. It's worth it for that. Also, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, I will never forget there was like a conference talk, or maybe it was even just a lesson at church. They were talking about how this guy wanted to be an FBI agent or something. And they flagged one purchase of alcohol. And so we were told never to buy alcohol because obviously we all wanted to be FBI agents.
That's crazy.
Oh, it's so funny.
Funny. Well, another one I didn't write down is buying ravioli from the grocery store. You can buy like a bacon carbonara ravioli from Sam's Club or whatever one Costco has, whatever. You can buy a big pack of them for a pretty economical price. And then you make a white wine sauce with it, like a cheese sauce. It's almost like Alfredo, but it has like that white wine tang to it. It's such a quick dinner, but it makes you feel fancy even though you didn't do that much work.
Yeah, love it.
It's delicious.
Alrighty.
Well, I'm hungry now. We did not have a great dinner. We had leftovers.
I am tired now. All right, well, I think that's pretty comprehensive. Bread really makes everything easier. If you have bread, you can feed your family pretty easily.
Yeah, I mean, you just try to go for like a protein and a starch.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you can get those two categories down, you should be good.
That's
some
true.
kind of carb.
Yeah. Alrighty, well, we will be back again next week. Grab your Bibles. Taste and see that the Lord is good.
Bye.